What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Queer Agenda. This is officially our second episode, and y'all know we're going to bring you conversations about everything queer, and it's going to be unfiltered, and y'all got to respect our opinion. But make sure to leave your own as well. Let's get into the tea, y'all. Y'all already know I go by the name of DJ eXeL.
Yeah, Boss BRITT the most lit.
And it's your girl, the BADDIE GALORE.
Hey, we are the Queer Agenda. What's up?
Give it up.
Yeah. You like that little applause for us and stuff like that?
We love an applause.
How y'all feeling today?
I feel good. I like the feedback from our first episode. Everybody seemed to rock with it. And I seen people write in their opinions. A lot of people had opinions.
They did.
And we're all entitled to them, all right?
And they were putting like at 12, 15 seconds. This is how I felt about what y'all said. I said, okay, we better know.
It got to be precise.
Britt's right. There shouldn't be no labels. Brittany is a stud, y'all.
They were waiting for her right, okay?
Thank you. I'm glad somebody's on my side.
And then she in the comments like, exactly. Like, oh, okay.
Hello is a
Can I get an amen? They said they know you too, the BADDIE GALORE. They said they've been following you for a while.
They did say that. They did say that. And I said, well, thank you. Welcome to my next chapter. Okay.
Period.
And everybody was definitely feeling the link up. So I'm super excited for everything we got going on, y'all.
Yeah.
But BADDIE GALORE, what's on the agenda for today?
A whole lot of motherfucking drama. That's what it is.
There's always some drama going on.
Okay, so TikTok's newest Black lesbian love triangle is getting real messy. Iamdess and Rolly, who I clearly did not know existed until like 2 days ago. I wonder if y'all did. Broke up. Now Des is cozying up with a popular TikToker named Kavi, leaving fans divided. Rose throwing shade, Des is spilling tea, and the drama has only just begun. So we're going to see at the end of this whose side we're on, right? JoJo Siwa, we're going to be in some white lesbian drama today, y'all. We're going to get into it because the white lesbians be just as messy as we be.
They be messy too.
They really do. They really do. JoJo Siwa's breakup with Kath just got real messy after she went on Celebrity Big Brother UK. JoJo got cozy with this reality star named Chris Hughes, while Kath got dumped at the after party. Now it's a he said, she said, they them said situation. Was the breakup or was JoJo being sneaky? We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into this one.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. The white queer drama don't fall on my algorithm. And I'm ready to get into their mess too because it be
I'm bringing y'all to the other side, okay? I'm bringing y'all to the other side. I'm bringing our listeners and watchers to the other side because when I say the white lesbians skate, okay, their PR teams work overtime because you would not think that they go through what they go through. But let me tell you, they be in some mess, all right? And then we're going to get a little bit more serious, and we're going to talk about how Raven-Symoné and her wife, Miranda, are shaking things up in the bedroom by sleeping in separate rooms. Turns out it's actually bringing them closer. And so I'm going to ask you guys later, would you sleep apart to save your relationship, or is that a deal breaker?
That's a good one, because I've been seeing that everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say too much just yet, because I want us to really have a conversation.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all ready for this first topic?
We're ready. Let's get into it. The tea is boiling. It's hot.
Because when I say the Black lesbians were fighting on live last week, some of them were on TikTok live, some of them were on Instagram live, and I never catch lives. But what I do catch is the recordings of the live that the T pages post after they're already over it. The influencers and the content creators on there do not like the T pages. Michaela, who we talked about last show, actually made a video that I saw where she was like, you guys are always calling us messy and you guys were always saying we're in drama, but y'all don't say anything to the T pages that recap and make money off of us. And I said, whoa, is this play about me? Because I'm kind of a T page, just a little bit. But what she said was these people don't be having no profile pictures and be hiding behind stock images. That's not me. My profile picture's up there. Okay, you see my face in every video, so I don't think it's talking about me. But
hey, if y'all put it on the internet, it's out there for judgment.
That's what they were saying in her comments. That's what the thing is. At the end of the day, y'all post mess because you know it's gonna go viral and you know you're gonna get paid. We recap the mess for the same reason. We all making money at the end of the day.
And it
Right?
just
I love a
dawned
good
on
recap video. Cause
yeah.
honey, I don't be having time to keep up. I can't catch up all, but that recap gonna get me together in about 3 minutes. Thank you.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what we're doing for the community too, in case
Hello?
y'all miss it or
If
don't
you
know
didn't
about it.
realize. Yeah.
Okay.
In even more detail. Okay, so let's talk about the players involved. Britt, I need you to pull up the picture
All right.
of Iamdess, Ro Lee. Okay, so Iamdess is the one with the orange hair. Ro Lee has the black hair, and then Genkivia, aka Kavi. Okay, she's the one in the middle. All right, these are who we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, I don't want
That's a
to.
stud in the middle.
Yeah, I don't want to classify people. I don't want to assume she's stud, but
So-
it's crazy that studs got the most feminine names
They always do.
every time.
They always do. So, from my understanding, she's like Britt and is a no label, right?
Hello.
So
Don't start this,
doesn't
y'all.
identify as a stud, doesn't identify as a stem, doesn't
Okay.
identify as a femme, but wears lashes. And that's what we're gonna get into because that's
Hold on,
what
that's
caused it all.
eXeL. The stud with the lashes. That's eXeL. This story ain't about eXeL. Now I read the little headline.
Yeah, I put
That's
lashes on my birthday one time. I was a baddie.
Okay.
I was a baddie. All right.
Okay.
And then on my wedding, I wore lashes, but that was my last time. I decided that was going to be my last time.
And that's
I was
okay.
tired of
I was
showing
so
out on
mad
these
about
hoes.
it. I was really mad about it. I'm hoping this year she bring them back.
She's annoying. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I don't want to share makeup with my man, but that's not what we're talking about today. So
All right. I ain't like the way you put that down.
it wasn't shade towards you. It
Oh,
wasn't
all
shade towards you. It's just a general message. This is supposed to be my safe space too.
Hello?
You know what I mean?
Clock it.
Okay. All right. So I stumbled on this TikTok drama literally a couple days ago, right? Because I saw a TikTok live recording where Ro was throwing shade at Kavia, who is now allegedly dating her ex Des. Now, the streets are saying that they're not dating, they're just flirting, making content together. Who knows? But when I did my deep dive to figure out what the drama was about, okay, I realized that all three women are content creators and streamers, right? So they make TikToks, they make Instagram stories, and they go live a lot, whether it be on Twitch or whatever the social media apps are. Des has nearly 1 million followers on TikTok, and Kavia has over 300,000, right? And then I think Ro has like over 100,000. So they have really strong followings. Des also allegedly used to date rapper Lay Banks. There are a ton of videos of them together from last year.
Uh-oh.
It looks like they had a little thing going on. They say that her like popular song was about Des.
Come
That's
get your
what-
girlfriend.
Yes, that's what
Ooh.
they say. That's what they were saying in my comments. Yeah.
You know, we interviewed her on the progress report, and I don't know
Yeah.
why we ain't get into gay stuff.
We did
Yeah.
it. It was giving real, like, I'm here to talk about my music. Don't bring up no, you feel me? So
No.
we kind of kept it surrounded around that.
And sometimes them femmes, like, and if you don't know that they're gay, like, you kind of don't want to make it awkward.
I
Yeah.
immediately.
Because then she used to be like a stud or something.
So she used to be a stud, and they say like that's how Philly studs are. Like they kind of give like full face and lashes, but they be. I think all.
Shout out to the Philly studs.
That's what they say.
That's crazy.
It has been
I
rumored,
ain't
so
mad
that,
at
you
it.
know. But that's not who we talking about, y'all. We gotta stay focused.
I know.
Right,
Sorry.
Okay, so from what I could gather, Des and Ro were also in a relationship until recently, but I couldn't find any photos of them together, like no photos, no videos, anything like that. And I don't know if they ever publicly announced their breakup, but people absolutely knew that they broke up. Because when Des and Kavia started posting what looked like very coupley content not long after said breakup, rumors started flying that they were dating. And people who were fans of Ro and maybe her relationship with Des started tagging her in the videos that Des and Kavia were making together. I don't know if they were trying to warn her or they were just trying to stir the pot. I'm not sure what the goal was, right? But Ro got fed up, okay? And she posted on her IG story, Britt, let's pull up that photo. Okay. She posted on her IG story asking people to stop tagging her in content with her ex and the stud with lashes.
Ooh.
Okay, that's the shade, right?
That is the shade.
And then why the search thing say lashes girl at the top?
Right.
That is even shadier. I'm gonna be honest.
And then she posted another screenshot. Go ahead, pull that up, Britt. This is from the video that Des and Kavi had posted together that went viral with the caption, you guys can't really tell, but it says this anything with a whole bunch of laughing emojis. Okay, and she also talked about this on live. So she was throwing shade.
Yeah.
You know, Ro was throwing shade. So
we just gonna keep it on this right here.
So then Des hopped on live to explain her side and why her and Ro broke up. So Britt, let's play a little bit of that video so the people can see what she was saying.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna recap.
She wasn't talking crazy. Like, he would reply to her story, she'll reply something back. He'll reply something, she'll reply something back. Then the last message is what God did. He said something about like he not in the city or whatever. She like, oh, when you pulling, like when you coming back. And then he like, oh, some. She like, do you miss me? He like, why you keep asking me that? She like, do you miss me? What?
Okay, so according to Des, right, this is some back. Let's take a couple steps back, right?
Okay.
Even though she's originally from New York, she recently moved to Texas while her and Ro were still together. She admitted that she's a clingy girlfriend, but she cared enough about Ro to try to do long distance anyway, right? So they're together. They both are from New York, live in New York, and then Des moves to Texas, but they say they gotta do long distance, which is very lesbian of them, right? It makes sense. During a visit back to New York after a month apart, Des said she felt compelled to go through Ro's old phone, which was still linked to her iCloud and Apple ID, right? She described it as the phone was calling to her, pick me up, Des, pick me up, look through it, catch her cheating on you. That's what she said the phone said.
Some phones be talking to you.
They sure do.
Yep. So while snooping through said phone, she saw a message from someone in the iMessages telling Ro to go check her Instagram DMs. So naturally, Des went to go check the Instagram DMs because she's trying to figure out, well, if you already have her number and you're in the iMessage, why are you telling her to go to her Instagram? And so she's scrolling through. She doesn't find anything crazy. She says that Ro has a whole bunch of unread messages. It's giving her anxiety because Instagram can be overwhelming. And then she finds one message where Ro and some guy have been casually messaging back and forth since November of last year. It's a lot of them just kind of responding to each other's story, maybe heart eyes, this and that. But in one message, which is what we just saw in the clip, Ro asks the guy when he's coming back to New York and if he missed her, which is again a red flag, because why are you asking a man that is not me, who is a woman, if he misses you when we're in a relationship and we're supposed to be in love, right?
There's nobody I would ask, do you miss me?
Sugar daddy. Sugar daddy. You don't ask this sugar daddy.
Meanwhile, Ro is in the bathroom with her new phone, totally unaware that Des was going through her old phone.
Damn.
So she comes out the bathroom like, let's go back to doing what we're doing. But she immediately kind of notes that something's off with Des. Now, at first, Des didn't say anything. But then she eventually confessed and confronted Ro about the message. And Ro allegedly dropped to her knees, child, saying how much she loved Des and how the guy meant nothing to her. And she's the love of her life and she wants to marry her. And the conversation was nothing, right? Now, Des says that the only reason why she's sharing all of this now is because of the shade that Ro was throwing at her in Kavi's video. And she had been quiet this entire time to protect Ro. So it's throwing her that she's being shady when Ro knows that Des knows that she was messaging another man while they were in a relationship. Now, at this point in the live, Ro joins via the comments.
Damn.
And there's two start going back and forth in the comments, right? Ro's writing the comment, Des is responding it in person, and they're like going back and forth. And Des also mentions that Ro tried to go through her phone too, asking who she's been texting since she's been in Texas for the last month. But Des said she didn't answer because she had already seen what she needed to see in Ro's phone. So she didn't feel like she had to answer to her now about to be ex-girlfriend who's been cheating on her. So eventually is what I'm assuming, because I did not find all full clips, so it gets a little sticky. But Ro eventually leaves this Des live and then goes on her own to tell her side of the story. So Britt, let's play that video for the folks.
Oh, she left me all this. Bitch, you was still calling me. You was still wanting to see me. When that happened, you stayed 2 nights. I worked overnight. You was still here. Every time I came home, I was confused.
Not while she on the third shift.
Okay. So
Disrespectful.
So Rose said that after Des went through her phone, like she still stayed over and was laid up in her bed with her. She claimed again that the conversation with the guy was innocent and that Des was overreacting. Roe also brought up a past situation where Des's ex allegedly left her at a bar to talk to a guy, like a guy she didn't know who was also at the bar, and then tried to have a threesome with Des and the guy, right? And
Sticky.
Roe felt like when that happened, Des didn't do anything about it. But now she wants to make all this noise over some Instagram messages that were quote unquote innocent. Roe also claimed in her live that she was the one who ended things, not Des. She said Des kept calling her, showing up to her house, and even stayed 2 more nights after everything went down.
Listen, you got the tea. I feel like you was right there on the couch beside
Not
I'm in their house. I'm in their house. Right. I'm a fly on the wall, on everybody's wall. Exactly. Okay. And so according to Roe, after she dropped Des off to the braid shop, I'm assuming to get her hair done, she never talked to her again. Okay. And she doubled down on her shade towards Kavi, saying her ex dating a stud with mink lashes is embarrassing. And I would hate to agree, so I'm not going to. And there was also a rumor that Des broke down Roe's bathroom door at one point when the confrontation was happening because Roe had her phone, but I could not find the full clip of either one of them talking about it, so I can't confirm or deny that actually happened. Now, since the live drama, Des has continued to post content with Kavi, and lesbian TikTok is divided. Britt, show one of those videos because they are literally acting like a couple, right? Some people are shipping the new couple, while others are accusing Des of using Kavi for clout, claiming there's no way she's really attracted to a stud with lashes like that.
The lashes look nice.
Hold on. This is the thing. She's attracted to femmes. So why wouldn't you be attracted to somebody else with lashes? How you feel about it real quick? I know this is even off topic of the whole cheating thing, but so you said you're not with
yeah, I don't want to be shopping in Sephora with my man. And when I say my man, I mean my woman. I'm one of those. I'm very much my man, even though I date women. If y'all don't like it, that's y'all business, okay? Because people be in my comments like, your man, my man, okay? But I'm gay as hell. Yeah, that's not my type. See, I like either a very traditional lesbian stud, right? Or someone who's like a sneeze away from being a trans man. So they're not going to be wearing makeup. They're not going to be wearing lashes. They're not even going to own a bra or a pair of panties, right? They're going to have sports bra, boxer briefs, and maybe just some good skincare because you should take care of your skin, right? Like even if you're a stud, you should definitely still take care of your skin. But like, I like hyper masculine women. That is very much my type. I'm one of them. I would never. A little makeup, maybe like on a special occasion, is not a terrible thing. Like a wedding, I get that, right? You want to look nice in pictures. I don't. Yes. That's not a problem for me. Lashes is a push, though.
Yeah,
lashes is a push.
That's like, what I say too. Like,
yeah,
it's a push.
But I'm not gonna lie.
I'm messing with eXeL.
I agree. No, but some of these studs are like really pretty females, and they pull it off where they look swagged out. Where they're not, maybe they're not studs, they're stems and all that.
Right. Or no labels. Or
no labels. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get you though, because everybody is entitled to their type. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no girl that's super tomboyish. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I'm not
right. You want a girly girl.
But okay, but I'm not gonna lie. That's what I would say too. If you left me for a stud that wore lashes, I ain't gonna lie, I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
right.
Just being petty.
Why are you embarrassing?
That is so petty though. She only saying that to try to be petty. But the reality is, you like films too. So it's like, what we talking about here?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing too. Yeah, like it's not like you just left like a stud for
the mankind. Right. You ain't lead a mankind,
right? But I mean, I think them trying to say that she's dating her for clout is a reach because Des got over 1 million followers. She about to hit 1 million followers, right? Like Kavi got 300,000. That's nothing to sneeze at, but it's not 1 million.
Right, because I
Yeah,
ain't
I
got
mean,
300,000, so let me say I ain't even about to say nothing about the
no,
father.
I'm still under 40,000, right? Like
Okay.
we just
Hey,
trying
we
to get
moving on
there.
up though. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay, but now what are the thoughts about, do we feel like the going through the phone, the cheating, like I am thinking, from what I could gather, both Des and Ro might be bisexual. I don't know if they're like straight up lesbians, right? Because like from what when I was doing my research, I saw maybe that Des used to date a man too as well. Especially if her girlfriend was encouraging a threesome, like maybe that's something that she's not super against with men. I'm not sure. I don't think that they're just straight up lesbians though.
Yeah.
Okay, well let me just say this. I said this on a No Homo show. So one time, this was years ago before my wife. I had a phone. Well, my phone was linked to my computer, and I was like talking to somebody, like we was really heavily talking. But I still was texting my ex, and
Okay.
like,
Cheater.
and I probably was texting my ex about the girl
Oh,
that
were you? That's what you
that
were
I was
doing?
dealing with, right? Because the girl I was
Mhm.
dealing with was stressing me the fuck out. All right. And my ex was like still my friend and shit and all that. But of course I would delete that in my phone from time to time. So one time I left and the girl I was dating was like, yo, can I watch videos on your laptop? This is when I was, maybe didn't have a TV in my room. All right. Let's just keep it a buck.
Be like
And then
that.
and then I'm
HDMI
like,
cord on the
yeah,
side for the big
yeah. So
screen.
I'm like, you can watch, use my laptop. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize that when I delete conversations in my phone, it doesn't
It
delete
doesn't
on
delete
my.
on your MacBook. Nope.
So this girl
So
ran
everything.
months. Yeah. So I'm gonna say this. Even y'all Apple Watch, all
Yep.
that shit is getting y'all caught up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You
And
can even block somebody. Like if you block somebody on your phone, you have to go on your MacBook and block them there too. Because if not, they can continue to message you on your MacBook.
I didn't even know that. And
Yeah.
that's a little crazy. I ain't
Red
gonna lie to
flag.
you.
Why do you know that?
I've I I've been toxic before,
Okay,
Okay.
period. Go
like
ahead and
most
say it. She
lesbians.
couldn't really get it out at first.
Yeah,
She's like, it's a safe place. Just get it
and,
out.
and before I started therapy, in 2020,
Amen.
when niggas would have me fucked up, I would block them on everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
now
Including
you
the
can't talk
watch,
to
the
me because
laptop. That's
I mean
crazy.
I'm going on every device and I'm blocking you.
That's
Damn.
funny.
Because
And
I
But
so
know
I
I
that's
feel
was
what,
like
the
we should
person.
engage again.
and I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna say this, like, y'all need to stop with this is a harmless conversation. Like, if it's harmless, is it okay if I see it? You know what I'm saying? If it's
That's what
something,
makes it harmless, 100%.
if you feel like it's something like you wouldn't want me to see, or I might trip on this, as long as I'm not like super like just OD tripping on you,
Yeah.
like, that's the kind of conversations you need to have with people. I think that's where a lot of people mess up. Like, cheating is not just a physical thing.
Hello?
And I
Like,
think
you're
emotional cheating is worse than physical
It
cheating.
really
Because
is.
like you're telling me that you have a deep connection with someone who's not me. Like you're not just having a conversation or even hook it up. You're having an emotional relationship. That's way worse than actually physical. I mean, all cheating's bad, but
Yeah.
like emotional cheating, I think is way worse than physical cheating for sure.
do you
Mhm.
miss me?
Right. That's
Mm.
wild. That was
What
her
you
man, her man, her
mean?
man, her
What did
man.
you want them to say?
And then he's like, "Why you
Not
keep
know,
asking?"
right?
He said to her, "Why you keep asking me that? That's embarrassing."
Right.
So then you're being pressed over
But
somebody who's
he
not
ain't
even
no
pressed over
liar. Like,
you.
no, bitch, I
Cause
don't
he
miss
probably
you.
like, why you keep trying to press me? Who you trying to show this message
Right.
to?
Like,
Like
what's
you keep
good?
asking me, like you trying to screenshot this and show some people. Like you keep asking me
Right.
this. I
So then
think people, if they're gonna cheat, this is what I think. All right.
get
Okay.
into it.
You gotta get your shit together, man. There's just a lot of things you gotta know as a cheater if you're gonna cheat. I just feel like you gotta do it the right way. If you're gonna do
First
it,
of all,
go all the way in. You get what I'm saying? Because it's just getting too sloppy. It's just certain things you don't do as a cheater. I just feel like there's ways to get around
Name
certain
one.
things.
Name one thing you don't
Well,
do for
this is one thing. All right, I already told y'all about the private web browser. Okay, so that's one thing.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, you got the Instagram where you can go into vanish mode. Now you gotta be a little careful with that one because you can still screenshot it at times. So if you type in and they catch you, they might catch you real quick. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Other than that, like y'all just said, make sure you deleting all your evidence on all of your devices. Y'all gave a free game with the watches and the laptop though, because a lot of people don't know about that. Because I got caught up like that too, thinking that I was being slick and I deleted it from one thing and it was on the next
still on the
thing.
other. Yeah.
So we really give it us a little.
Y'all, I just think, and y'all know I'm a Cancer, I'm soft and shit. I
There
think
we
it
go.
just takes too much to cheat nowadays. And it's like,
No, it don't.
yo, you can literally, let's say, like, let's just say, Britt, you already know, we just talked about this. Like, being in Atlanta, like, Britt just ran into somebody, like, one of her neighbors that knows us. You know what I'm saying? And knows her from the party scene. You could literally just, like, not even be going outside and just pull up to the girl house and walk from your house to the car and somebody would see
recognizes
you.
you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and just send a DM, take a fucking picture.
No,
I don't know.
clue.
It's stressful.
No, I'm really just joking about the cheating shit, but I
No, you're
think
not.
they're I'm joking for
No,
real.
but
I
you
mean,
know,
God is cheating.
I'm
Just watch
older
this
though, you
episode.
feel me? I only know better because I didn't went through certain shit. I'm older,
Right.
so I can already tell from this whole situation that they're probably younger.
Oh,
And
100%.
I just feel like when you young and you turn, you feel me? They influencers, they got followers, they got money. It's like, why even try to be in a relationship if you know you want to mess around with multiple different girls? You might as well be honest with girls and be like, hey, yo, I'm talking to this girl, that girl,
Right.
versus just cheating. Like, why you just don't play it like that? Because at the end of the day, girls will still mess with you. Matter of
If you're
fact,
dating
girls will
other
mess with you
people.
even if you got a girlfriend. So if you honest with a
love it.
person, like, yo, I don't want nothing serious. I'm like, I even talk to guys. Hey, I'm bisexual. What
I'm
you gonna do?
right. Yeah.
What you hear it or not? But I feel like people make it more
I'm gonna
complicated.
clip that
than what
up.
it
I'm
gotta
gonna
be.
clip that little part up where
What?
Britt's like, I even talk to guys. I'm
You
bisexual.
petty as hell. But I feel like if I was back then, I feel like I would have moved like that versus lying to girls and being like, I want to be with you when I know I really didn't want to be with them. Like,
Yeah.
but I do feel like it takes a certain level of maturity to even have that type of communication skill, because a lot of people be knowing that they don't want relationships, but you'll still insert yourself into something, but still be on the side trying to talk to people. It's like, why even do that? Why not just have multiple girls or niggas
I
that you're
think
talking
this-
to and being honest with?
Yeah.
People don't. You got to. It comes with a certain level of
I
maturity.
think the problem is like they do want to be with them and they want to be with other people too.
And what they can't
Right.
eat too.
And you don't want to take the opportunity of losing the person you want. You just want a little bit more on the side.
I've been in
You
that.
know
position too.
how that was, Baddie Galore. You last time you admitted you was a side joint. You was all right.
Why am
Woo!
I it?
Why she catching
Why am
straight?
it?
I don't know
Crazy.
from a
I'm
side
really
joint
over here
perspective.
minding my business. I'm over here minding my.
Why
Y'all
she
see how they do
catching
me? I hope
straight?
the femme see how they do me up in here at the queer agenda. That's crazy.
You admitted that you was a side
Okay,
joint.
but why are you bringing it up though? Like it's a whole new week.
I wanted a
I'm a
side joint
whole new bitch
perspective.
than I was from last week, and you bringing up old shit.
Okay, all right, my bad. Well,
That's crazy.
That's what
No, but
eXeL
I
do.
agree.
Whatever you share with eXeL, she's gonna bring it up. I've told eXeL things I forgot I even told her. She bring it up to this day.
Crazy.
I tell stuff eXeL probably about 10 years ago. She still say it to this day. She gonna use
why
it
you
against
lying
you.
to why you lying to the public?
She gonna use it against you.
That's crazy. But no, I agree. I mean, I think that there is a degree of like people don't believe in casually dating anymore.
They don't.
Like people want it to just be we meet, we like each other, we're together. And it's like sometimes you don't need to just get in a relationship. Sometimes you just need to date. You need to date multiple people to figure out exactly what you're looking for and what you really want. Because if you rush into a relationship and then you realize 2 months, 3 months down the line, I actually don't want to be in a relationship. Now you're already committed. Now you have to think about other people's feelings. That's when people start cheating. That's when people start getting messy. Just casually date, especially when you're in your 20s. You should be having a good time, having fun. There's no reason for you to get in a very serious relationship. Just be lit and be in the streets and casually date, and just be honest though that you're dating multiple people.
But
right?
know, just like Britt said, I think it takes maturity to be like, I like this person, but I'm not ready, or I like this person, but I can't give them my all, or like I like you, but I can't just commit to you. Like it even takes maturity. I always say this, to break up from a relationship without it being forced to break up, like without you getting caught up. Like, you talking to other people, you kind of not happy. It takes a lot of maturity to like, to even put your
to be honest.
To be honest, because it might not be the best. It might not make you feel the best.
The truth hurts.
You don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, so you're just honest. But then, like, if you start cheating, then you just continue to be dishonest. And
You
like
hurt them
the
even
best thing
more.
you can do is tell somebody exactly where you're at emotionally so they can make the decision how they want to react. You're making a decision
Yeah.
for them, and that's when it becomes an issue.
Facts.
I agree. And then as
Great.
far as your how you were saying like the internet is like, damn, are they together? I do think I do think like people run up, they know how, they obviously got a million,
Yeah.
damn near a million followers or whatever. They
Yeah.
know how to run up,
Yeah.
content to make people keep talking. And that's
They're
like the
content.
crazy.
They're content farming.
And
Like I watched this documentary about like kids like YouTube influencers and like how dangerous it is for kids to be YouTube influencers. But one thing they talked about is how they ship people together to drive views because people like to see people in relationships.
They
So
do.
even if these young kids were not necessarily dating, the people who are watching their videos thought they were dating and it would make them so much money. So
That's
they
sick.
could actually be dating, but they also could see like, okay, everybody's talking, everybody thinks we're dating, people are mad, it drives views. So we're just going to play into it and we're going to act like a couple. And then maybe in a couple months or even weeks, we're not even going to make content with each other no more.
it's so
Yeah, they know how to
crazy.
put them storylines out there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like back then I be thinking about, bruh, if I was back then, y'all know what type of content I would have had out there. Do y'all know what kind of crazy ass shit I used to be doing, y'all?
I
I
know.
am such a reformed human being. I used to really be out
Amen.
here from girl to
Amen.
girl to girl to girl. I used to really be, and I'll
In the
put it all on
streets.
my close friends. Like, so you remember when I used to be on my close friends acting crazy, bruh? Or like on Snapchat, I used to be going crazy on Snapchat.
Tell us a little.
That's all I got for y'all.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think we, even though we all know better, we run with what we see
Yeah,
when it
Yeah.
facts.
could really not be nothing like that.
Mhm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they just running up those numbers. I don't know about them too much. I'm just saying in general, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's working, it seems like.
We talking about it, so shit. Hey, make that money. Don't let it make you. That's what we learned a long
Hello?
time ago.
All
Hello?
right. Y'all ready to get into some white lesbian mess?
Let's get into the white
Oh,
lesbian
I'm so
drama.
excited. I'm so excited because I feel like I'm the only person on TikTok who talks about it half the time. But now I'm bringing the folks from the Queer Agenda and the No Homo Show. We bringing y'all into this. Okay. So JoJo Siwa, Kath Epps, and Chris Hughes, the emotional affair that shook the lesbian community. Oh my God.
Woo.
Okay. So pull up a picture of them, Britt, so people know who we're talking about, right? Okay. So I don't know if we all should know who JoJo Siwa is. Like, she's a white lesbian, but like she's been around most of our adult life. And then in the middle is Kath Epps. They go by they, them terms, just to say that. And then obviously the man is Chris Hughes, right? So this is like really messy. Like reality TV got to real kind of messy. JoJo Siwa went into the Big Brother Celebrity UK house this past like month, right? And she went to the house to in what looked like a solid committed relationship with Australian content creator Kath Epps. Interesting fact about Kath teaches line dancing
Okay, period.
Where them
in
fans
Australia.
at? Come on, Kath. Where them fans at? Hey, you need to
She
teach me that
teaches line
Tamia
dancing,
dance.
which they used to be on like a TV show that was really popular, and now they're more like a content creator influencer, and they teach line dancing, which is very interesting.
You need to teach me that Tamia dance. I can't get it down pat.
Yeah. So before they went into the house, Kath says JoJo was calling them the love of her life. They were talking about marriage and everything seemed to be on the up and up. But then once JoJo got into the house, viewers started noticing that she was getting really close to fellow contestant Chris Hughes, who used to be on Love Island. That's where he got his fame on Love Island UK. It's like a, I don't know if you guys know what Love Island is, like a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's like a reality show. Okay, yeah. And when I say close, I don't mean just friendly, right? Let's pull up the picture, Britt. So we're talking about cuddling in hot tubs, forehead kisses, body kisses, sleeping in the same bed, kind of
Now
close,
she-
really close. Like she was sitting in his lap. I mean, y'all, I was watching the clips like, now JoJo.
He got his thing
like,
on her.
I
hate
you
you.
would think that they were a couple. They did everything but kiss and have sex, quite literally.
This picture
Everything.
looks so like they're like, just I love you.
Right.
Like this look like they've been around each other for a while.
And what's crazy is when JoJo first got into the house, this actor Mickey Rourke, he was known for like back in the 80s and 90s. he was like sexually harassing her. And she was like, I am very much in a relationship and I'm very much in love with my partner. And that's not going to change. I came in this house gay. I'm leaving the house gay. I don't think that's what happened, but we're going to keep talking about it. So naturally, people started speculating, was JoJo having an emotional affair, which is what we just talked about. Because again, they didn't do anything physical with each other, but they definitely were very close to each other.
Yep.
And so the wildest part of all this, right? Because, you know, Big Brother streams live for the 14 days that they're in the house. So Kath is literally at home watching her partner canoodle with this man. And there's no phone, there's no computer, there's no contact to the outside world. So they didn't have any conversations about what was going on. They just had to watch on TV
in real time,
in stream in real time.
Yo, that would
girlfriend doing what they were
break
doing.
your heart.
Right. And like JoJo is in the house being very emotional because she's realizing that she's either catching feelings for Chris or realizing that she's still attracted to men, because going to the house, JoJo was identifying as a lesbian, right? The wildest part of all this is that Kath ended up flying to the UK to see JoJo at the finale of the show. Now, they asked producers and told producers, I'll come, but I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to be on the reunion stage. Like, I don't want to be in front of the cameras. And they were hoping that they'd be able to talk to JoJo about what was happening. They wanted to reconnect and clear the air. They did not want to break up. They wanted to, like, they flew into UK trying to fix things because they were in love. They thought they were going to get married. Damn. Just for JoJo to dump Kath at the after party, right?
At the after party.
So after 14 days of flirting with Chris, she turns around and ends a relationship in person, in public, at an event where Kath had came to support her.
Not TMZ was there.
So Kath ended up releasing a very long video basically saying that they were blindsided, embarrassed, and hurt. Britt, let's play that video for them real quick.
Poor Kath.
I know.
It's stressing me out.
I was watching the same show as you all. I could not talk to my partner at the time, and it was very unsettling and very hurtful, and I did feel betrayed. The messages I received throughout, as was mentioned on the show, I was receiving video messages every day in admiration of me and our love and our relationship. But the truth of the matter is, I was dumped at the after party.
Right. So Kath goes on to say in this video that they thought that they were going to build a life with JoJo, and instead they were publicly left behind, right? And everybody on TikTok was already upset because we had been watching JoJo flirt with Chris the entire time she was on the show. And now Kath is saying that JoJo breaks up with them in public. Like, that's so embarrassing. So then JoJo goes on this podcast called The Vow Files and shares her side of the story. And it definitely complicated things. All right, Britt, let's play that video for them real quick.
You just as shocked as like the rest of us to see their video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't get asked me for a business class flight home and then do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when I already got you a plane ticket home. You know what I mean? I understand wanting to share your truth. And that is the exact thing that I told my ex. I said, look, if you would like to share what happened, that's totally fine. It's your story. It's your life. Please do not lead to the false narrative.
So JoJo says in this like very long interview, like 45 minutes, but y'all know I watched the whole thing because that's what I do, that being in a house without outside influence from friends and families made her realize that she hadn't been as happy in her relationship as she thought, and that she had been tolerating things with Kath that she shouldn't have, and that maybe Kath wasn't actually the person she wanted to spend the rest of her life with. She made it clear that Chris Hughes has nothing to do with this decision. He was not the reason for the breakup, and that the connection with Chris was just platonic, even if it looked intense. Everything that happened between them, we saw on the live stream, and that the breakup between her and Kath was kind of brewing before she even went into the house, which is not what was said before, but hey, you know what I mean? She also said that the final conversation at the after party wasn't as cold as Kath made it out to be. When Kath flew in, JoJo made it clear that initially Kath didn't want to go to the after party. JoJo said, I definitely want to go to the after party because I want to celebrate with all these new people I made and with the cast and the crew and all that stuff. And so Kath ended up coming anyways. And JoJo made it clear to her, like, you know, I clear to them, I'm sorry, that if we do see each other, I don't want to have any deep conversations about what's going on. Like, I've been in this house for 14 days. I've been disconnected from the world. Like, I just want to decompress. I need some time to talk to my mom, to myself. Like, I don't want to have any heavy conversations. But then Kath came to the after party anyways, and that's exactly what happened. JoJo said that Kath kept asking her, do you want to be in this relationship? Do you want to be in this relationship? Do you want to be in this relationship? And JoJo kept saying she did not know. And she said that after being asked for the 100th time, she told Kath, if you ask me tomorrow, maybe the answer is different. But if you're asking me right now, then the answer is no. And that is how they broke up.
Cause girl, yeah, you need time to think about this, but bitch, I done seen you for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
flirting with somebody. I do get a perspective of, first of all, I do get like, when you're closed off and you're in a whole new environment, you might have some type of influences. And that's how I can even see somebody really loving somebody, but hey, entertaining what's in front of them. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? And I get the point where you need to decompress and really think about everything you went through. But no, bitch, I need a conversation right now.
Right.
Like, this is my first time seeing you. Like, are we together or not?
Are we together or not? So JoJo claims that her and Kath had agreed not to post about the breakup publicly. Kath actually asked JoJo, don't talk about us. Don't talk about the breakup. I don't want this to be public. But then obviously Kath posted the video that they posted, and it made it sound like JoJo had cheated on them with Chris Hughes, which was not the truth. And they had actually, JoJo and Kath talked, and they agreed that Kath would post a follow-up video, kind of correcting themselves and acknowledging that Chris Hughes had nothing to do with it. But Kath did not do that, and instead just retweeted people accusing JoJo of cheating and spreading the false narrative that she's talking about in the clip. And so that's why JoJo went in on the Vow Files and decided to speak out. But this is where it gets even messier. Like, we're not even done with the story, which is crazy, because the internet has receipts. Okay,
we're not done.
No, a clip resurfaces of Kath on their own podcast talking about how they don't always disclose when they're in a relationship if they meet someone new, especially in queer spaces. Britt, let's play a little bit of that real quick.
They are talking to someone, say they meet someone out at a bar or at a networking event or a friend of a friend at somewhere else, and they don't mention that they have a partner.
No, not kidding, but shady.
Shady for sure.
Shady.
Again, people...
I've done it.
Saucy.
Do you know why? Why? Because sometimes people act differently around you when they know you have a partner, and I'm a Libra, so sometimes my way of communicating is like a slight tinge of flirtation, and I don't want to ruin the flow, so I go, I'll give it 2 hours before I let them.
So basically, Kath went on to say that they don't want to ruin the mood when someone comes up to them in queer spaces and asks them if they're in a relationship or not. So they basically lie until they don't, and that they oftentimes kiss their friends hello on the lips, which JoJo apparently didn't know about and was thrown off when she first saw it, but eventually came around to it and it wasn't a problem. It also came out in that podcast episode, or I'm sorry, just from my research, that Kath had previously talked about practicing ethical non-monogamy, which means you date other people while being honest with these people that you're dating other people in your multiple relationships, right? Which adds a whole new context to what boundaries did or did not exist in the relationship. So people are asking, was JoJo really cheating? Or did they just have completely different definitions of what cheating and boundaries look like? Maybe JoJo thought things were more closed and monogamous than they really were. Maybe Kath was playing the victim a little bit harder than they needed to. Maybe it was just two people in a complicated queer relationship that unraveled very publicly. Whatever it is, it got people rethinking how we talk about emotional affairs, public breakups, and queer dating boundaries in general. So now that we have all the tea, which was a lot of tea, let me know what you guys think. Was JoJo in the wrong? Or did Kath shape the narrative a little bit too convenient after the fact, right? Because they're saying that Kath was not non-monogamous. They were open to flirting, kissing their friends, and encouraged JoJo to do the same. So if JoJo was on the show, flirting and kissing a friend, it shouldn't have been an issue.
Yeah, that's tough because, all right, I do feel like if there were not certain boundaries set or whatever, when they, because clearly Kath seems blindsided by it, so I don't know if there was any type of conversation between them, like, all right, when I go on the show, whatever happens, you might see this, that, and the third.
So there were. There were
Okay, so there were.
conversations, and JoJo said in the interview that based off of that conversation, she felt like she didn't cross any boundaries. Which is
Allegedly.
why people are thinking that the relationship and the boundaries were a little bit more lax than Kath is giving off, and that
Yeah.
they backtrack on something that they set in motion.
So how we don't know JoJo's not lying?
We don't know.
Okay.
Right.
They could say that. I just feel like, all right. I don't feel like a person would go to the internet and act blindsided if they wasn't blindsided. I don't know none of them, but I don't feel like they would just make a video like, yo, I got dumped at the after party. Woo woo woo.
Right.
I just feel like there had to be some type of miscommunication wherever there was, to where Cav started feeling like how they felt. Not to mention, you said they were engaged, right? And then
they were thinking about getting married.
They were thinking about getting engaged. So it was
they were together for like maybe 6-7 months, not a long time.
Okay, so there we go with that shit, man. Queer relationships be
I tell you,
I'm thinking they've been together for a while. You know,
JoJo had basically moved to Australia to be with Kath.
Okay.
Like they were moving very fast because just in December, JoJo was with a whole nother girl.
See, that's where it get real sticky, because when them feelings get involved, man, it just anytime don't see me. I'm a U-Haul lesbian. You feel me? So
okay.
So I'm a person that also believes like there's no time frame on love. I'm just like a hopeless romantic. So I don't care if I met you a month ago, 2 months ago. If I really feel some kind of way towards you, if I feel like I got feelings for you, I'm gonna pursue that till I can't no more. And I feel like maybe with it, I'm so like that.
Britt's not lying, because I seen this bitch in love.
I'm being
so many times, eXeL, so many times.
I'm not
I'll
gonna
be in
lie,
love.
probably like 6-7 times.
I'll be in love.
I am so not like that.
Yeah,
like,
but I just feel like, you know, Kath clearly got feelings for JoJo. You feel me? I feel like there had to be some miscommunication to where it was like, yo, I'm gonna go here and do that. Then the third, from my perspective, it seems like Kath was completely blindsided. They thought they were talking about being engaged. They were 6-7 month anniversary. They were doing the whole damn thing. You clicked on the damn stream for the public eye on a stream, so you watching that shit, and it's not an edited version. That is real.
I would have been in the UK swinging.
Like, bro, imagine watching that. That's a stream. That's not no show.
Y'all would have kind of come and bail me out, because what do you mean you're on national TV?
I would be hurt too and embarrassed.
Yeah, and you said something like they agreed that they're not going to put it, like, talk publicly about it. That's not fair neither. Bitch, publicly you showed all this.
Hello?
Well, technically, not to defend JoJo, because I don't take sides.
You
I
defending JoJo?
Sides. No, I'm not. But I'm just verifying the facts. Kath was the one who asked JoJo not to speak about things publicly.
Oh, okay.
And then took it public. So Kath kind of opened the door for it to be a public conversation.
Allegedly.
Now. Allegedly.
I don't believe JoJo. Something about that damn JoJo. I don't believe in what she be saying.
I'm not on JoJo's side, honestly, because you embarrassed them. Point blank, period. You embarrassed them. The way that they acted with Chris Hughes was out of fucking line. Period.
Yeah.
This is a side note. Was JoJo the girl dancing where there was no music and she was like, yeah. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Okay. Yeah, she tried to dance her way on out of that one.
JoJo was like on Dance Moms, and then was like a Nickelodeon star for many, many years. It's very, very much like Arrested Development. Like, she didn't come out as queer until 18, 19. She's been in like 10 relationships.
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that take the cheating, emotional cheating away, and just focus on like the trajectory of the relationship and the fact that JoJo is a celebrity. I do think that she is 21 years old and she's acting like a 21-year-old.
Yeah,
the way that she's moving, we've all been there. We just have never done it on such a public stage as a celebrity. And so, like, what my perspective is like, again, take the cheating out. She's doing what we all went through as young lesbians, and she doesn't get the grace to do it in private. Because if people, like Britt said, if I had social media back when I was in my 20s, moving how I was moving, people would not like me because I was doing wild shit. Because I didn't give a fuck, right?
Like what?
So it's like, I definitely think that, like, in terms of that, she deserves a little bit of grace. But outside of that little sliver, she's wild for what she did.
Yeah.
Well, I have something else to ask y'all. This is kind of relating to that. Like, you kind of mentioned it, but I just experienced this weekend, right? So there was like I'm gonna just put a label on it. All right. There was like this stud that came out. She hardly comes out. and
Mhm.
apparently she has a girlfriend, right? And she
Okay.
kept coming up to me like, eXeL, like, you need help with something, like, give me something to do because these girls keep trying to like get at me, right? And she was
Corny, but okay.
like, my girl don't play that, right?
Right.
And then a few, like 2 hours later, I see her
It's about to piss
talking
me
to,
off.
I see her talking to the girl, right?
That's why I said corny. Go
And
ahead.
then I'm kind of like,
Who?
stop. I'll tell you later.
Put it in the close
We'll
friends.
put it in the close friends.
But I kind of was like, it's two different ways, right? Sometimes like I could tell somebody like this is like very early on, like you just like, hey, I could kind of see like the googly eyes or
Yeah.
whatever. But you're not like hitting on me, so I don't be like, nah, I got a wife. But like people will really like go out their way to not say they're in a relationship.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
that's where I'm getting at and why. Like, yes, if you're just like, hey, I love your show, and I could tell like you're just kind of whatever, I'll just be nice to you. But once I know like you're really hitting on me,
Yeah.
no, I'm married. I don't play that. You know what I'm saying? Why?
That's me
Like,
in the club. Yeah.
is that like a sign of a cheater? Like, if you're willing to like let somebody flirt with you and stuff and you never say you're in a relationship, why?
I don't think necessarily, because I think there's a degree of people just want attention. Like when people are in relationships and they're like only getting attention from one person and they get to go out and all these people in their face, people love attention, right? So it's just like, I'm going to engage with this to a certain extent because I'm enjoying the attention that I'm getting from these other women who are not my girlfriend. That's immaturity, right? That's legit immaturity. Then there are also people who are cheaters. But I think that like if someone tries to talk to you in the club in your relationship, you need to let that be known. I'm like, I'm married and I'm not even married, but like I got a man. I don't know what you're over here. Like we can have a conversation because as a party promoter, like you can't just be mean to people. You can't just be like, I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna be cold about it. But also like, yes, I'm gonna let you know that like I'm taken so we can set expectations of what this conversation interaction is gonna continue to be like.
Yeah, because I do think a lot of people leave like a gray area where they don't intend on cheating, but that gray area allows you to get to know somebody and possibly like something about them.
And booster, it's an ego thing. Like I'm liking this attention from this person. They're giving me attention in a way I don't probably get it from my partner because we've been together for a long time or we might be going through issues or dry spells. So I'm going to engage up into the point where it's cheating and it's all wrong as fuck. Right? Like anything outside of, hey, I have a girlfriend or I have a partner, I'm married is wrong.
Yeah.
And that's where they probably JoJo and Kath was at, like in that gray area. Because honestly, maybe Kath just got like, maybe they did have a conversation, but just seeing it, and then also you got people in the chat in the comments hyping it up. Maybe they start feeling some kind of way, like, hold on, you right? Because you didn't say his dick was gonna be on your butt. You ain't tell me you was gonna be up in there spooning with nobody on no stream, bitch. You said you might do the loop.
I agree.
You got this dick on your back. Hold on.
I think Kath was just embarrassed. Honestly, I think they were just embarrassed.
Who's gonna be okay with watching that and
100%.
actually seeing chemistry and not being able to intervene?
Child, they were crying with each other.
Bro, did you see how their eyes are closed together?
Child,
first of all, that might just been a screenshot of them playing.
Like, they look like they meditating together.
They were really hugged up like that.
They look like they meditating together.
They was in the jacuzzi together, and JoJo was sitting in his lap, child.
Yeah,
you know what big was out.
And now JoJo said she's not a lesbian, she's not bisexual, she's not queer, she just is.
Well, good for her, because you know what? She's only 21. And when you only 21, you should just do whatever you want to do, especially at her age. She's famous. She's rich. She got a lot to probably figure out about her life, and her sexuality should be the last thing. Do you, girl?
Yeah, and within the community, we do kind of make it feel like, what are you? You know
right.
what I mean? And sometimes like
let me figure this shit out.
Yeah, people might not know, or you might be madly in love with a woman and feel like you're a lesbian, and then like later down the line be in love with a man. And it is a lot of pressure like the community puts on, because we also are mad when somebody goes back straight. We're like, bitch, you was lying.
You turned on us.
Yeah. And it's like, thank God I never was like went through those feelings. But I could imagine somebody like, damn, like all my friends are gay, and now I want to start dating a guy. You know, because
all my friends are gay.
This is something that I feel very passionate about. Well, I've over the years, because I feel like a lot of like studs and masculine centered people don't ever date men to know they don't like men. So they go through their entire teenage years and 20s thinking that they're strictly gay, and then they turn 30 and they're like, I'm low-key kind of attracted to men. But now you're so deep in this identity and the community is not forgiven that you don't feel comfortable expressing or exploring that, so you start sneaking dick, and now you're getting laughed at because you're sneaking dick, right? And so I think that as a community, we have to start providing safe spaces for people to be able to change their minds and be able to explore their sexualities. And really, I think for like masculine people, studs, sims, because as a femme, like a lot of us had the chance to date men to know we don't like them. You know what I mean? Like I didn't even start dating women until I was 18. I didn't come out as a lesbian.
Like I can't agree with that statement.
I said as a femme, as
eXeL's a film. What are you talking about?
But you know, I do think, to your point, eXeL, like the community is not that open, like as open as we should be. We're not that open to people who all of a sudden want to start liking men. I think it's fine as long as you're not in a relationship. JoJo was in a relationship.
We kind of feel betrayed when really the person's just trying to figure themselves out. When they told us they was a lesbian, they really thought they were, you know, and now we kind of feel like you lied to us, you was sneaking, and maybe they really wasn't.
Right.
Lesbians are very protective and we're very territorial about our community. Lesbians, queer people, whoever, like we're very like, if you're in it, you're in it, you're in it for life. And then when people decide that like, hey, like I might not identify as that anymore, we're like, okay, but why not? Why don't you want to be gay anymore?
Yeah.
You don't like women no more?
No, that's so serious. I used to think that too, like until I had to grow out of that, because I don't know why I felt like, you know, hey, bisexual, what you mean, pick a side, like, but 100%. It's okay to like both. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm still
so what?
Or like bisexual men, you know, like people say men can't be bisexual. It's like,
look, how you feel? You like you want to get something off your chest.
No. You know, the viewers like me for right now, so let's just keep it that way for a little while, and then I'll start showing my true colors in a couple more episodes. No, I'm joking.
Red flag. Wee.
Yeah, no, okay.
It's a lot. I think overall though, like there's no way you're going to tell me with JoJo like that wasn't a little foul. Like she
100%.
Like JoJo's spouse, partner shouldn't have felt no type of way. Like that's insane to say that. Like if I seen, even if it wasn't, if I seen my girl sitting on somebody's lap, bro.
Let me tell you, especially since my girl's a stud. Because what are you doing?
See, you just flip, you just fucked me up with that. Like, cause why is this stud sitting on a man lap? We all like, what are you doing, sis?
But that's what they said to JoJo. What are you doing?
Yeah,
because JoJo has gotten very masculine over the past couple of years. So it just, everything about the situation was just throwing folks off.
Yeah, she's sitting on that couch on that podcast trying to play it like it ain't nothing. Like, oh, I share your side of the story, but like, no, say you understand why they could be hurt.
Absolutely no accountability. Like,
that's
no, like
crazy.
Yeah, none at all.
That's so messed up.
I don't like that. Y'all, I'm an empath, so I'll be feeling people pain. So y'all gonna see. I'll be like, oh my god, I just think that's crazy. But
no, that wasn't the right way to move. That wasn't P. That wasn't P, JoJo.
Wasn't P, JoJo. If you see this, Britt said it wasn't P.
It wasn't P.
You don't even know what that mean, bro.
You know what the fuck that means. JoJo be outside, okay?
She do be outside. All right, y'all. Now it's time to get a little bit serious. All right, we talked a lot of mess. Now let's have a very serious conversation. Let's get into this queer deep dive. Would you get sleep divorce from your same-sex partner? Could separate bedrooms actually bring you closer? Let's talk about it, right? Because Raven-Symoné and her wife, Miranda Pyramid Mayday, I believe, just got real about why they sleep in separate bedrooms and how it's actually improved the relationship. And I just want to preface this by saying people do not like Raven's wife. They don't like her at all.
Why?
They
They
hate
don't like her at
her.
all. They hate her.
They call her
Why?
handler.
They hate her. They do.
They be like, get out. She has the teacup. She's got you
Yeah.
under your days.
Yeah.
She's your
They-
Because she's
handler.
white.
Well, it's that, and also because she comes everywhere with her. Like, she's in every single interview they do, and like she acts like she doesn't know who Ravens is. She's like, "Oh, you're in the
Now that's
show?
funny.
Oh, you had a Disney show? Oh, you're a celebrity?" Like, it's very strange. Like, you're married to Raven Symoné.
So maybe,
No,
all right.
she definitely didn't know some of the like the episodes from
Yeah, like
Desperation
songs and
the
stuff. It was
theme song and stuff.
weird.
But I
But
kind of
hold up.
like that though, because
Yeah.
like maybe Raven wants somebody that don't know her like that. I would rather somebody not know me for real, because then I ain't gotta like feel like you using me for clout. I appreciate that
Yeah.
you don't know who the
I can
fuck I
see that.
am.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, because if
Yeah.
a girl was like, "Yeah, I remember you did this," and like I heard about you on this show, and then like, hold on,
You might think she a clout chaser.
However, once we start dating, you need to do some research.
Hold up, Raven Symoné been working for 30 years. Ain't no fucking catching up to that.
The girl was like 3 years
try
old with a
as
rap
best-
album.
Try as best as you can.
And then I want to say, first of all, like, thank God, like my wife, you know, she's busy. She got a job, you know, but in their defense, she probably don't need to work. And Raven might be like low-key like her whole lifestyle. So like she probably is pulling up everywhere with her.
She do be at every interview.
But
I'm indifferent about it because, you know, I don't pay attention to interracial lesbian relationships. I'm problematic. I don't want to see my Black femmes and stuff dating a white woman. I really don't. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I like Miranda.
Yeah. Okay.
Why? Hold up. Why?
I just love Black on Black love. I really do. I love Black on Black love.
I got you, but every time we see it, we don't have to think that the person of other race is at like a person's
agreed. They're bad
in their good faith. Like, whoever said this woman is a bad woman, like we can make up whatever we want. She don't know her songs. How you don't know Raven? But it's like that shit don't matter to certain people, bro. As long as you love me unconditionally, if you're my person, I don't give a fuck if you was a fucking dog. I hate to say dog. I don't know why dog came out. I should have said Asian or something, but I don't care what species you are. You love me unconditionally.
Not species.
And
yeah, bro, you did it a little weird. Just say
not like literal, but it's like if that's what it happened to be, that's what it be.
We
like
get what you're trying to say. You don't care if you're yellow, blue, or green. As long as they love you, you'll love them back because you're a lover girl.
And if well, I'm gonna say this, Raven. This is a little plug, but Raven Symoné pulled up to 2 of our first Friday parties in ATL.
I think I saw that. Yeah.
And her wife wasn't with her.
Oh,
yep.
well,
Hello. Let's clock that.
I don't think she's her handler. I think that's a stretch. Like, I don't think
by herself. Let's clock that.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I did see a segment where they were addressing like everybody says you're my handler, and I don't think that's a bad thing. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I am happy to say my wife helps balance me out, and I would love my significant other to be there for me, help take care of my needs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm paying all the bills, which I'm just hypothetically speaking because I'm not right now. I wish, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Miranda come from a family of money, so I'm pretty sure she got her own bag.
Right. Yeah. I think that it's not what we don't know anything about the relationship based off of it's not what they tell us. I think a lot of the things that are said about Miranda is really just speculation and judgment.
It is.
Like, to Britt's point, just because she's white doesn't mean that she's a bad person.
Yes.
And doesn't mean that she's bad for Raven. If Raven's happy, we should be happy for her.
Yes.
So I would have loved to see her with a Black queen.
And people need to stop being like she's everywhere she go. When do y'all see Raven everywhere? This is just what they posting.
Does she live in Atlanta?
No, she don't live in Atlanta. They live in
okay. She just was.
But that's why I'm like, y'all think that they just posting every day, single day of their life. They you only see them when they want to be seen. It's not like she's probably with her like eXeL just made a point. She was outside with us and Miranda wasn't there. So it's like,
also, when your partner's your best friend, you go everywhere together and you enjoy each other's company. Like, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
And they got a podcast, they promoting their shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
which is what we're talking about today. Because on their podcast, Tea Time with Raven and Miranda, the couple share that after moving into a new home, their clashing interior design styles and completely different sleep habits made one thing clear. Separate spaces were just going to work much better. Go ahead and play that video for us, Britt.
Have separate bedrooms.
Yeah.
And then we can each decorate our bedroom as we want, number one, which is great. And we aren't fucking each other's sleep schedules up. Primarily,
Thank you for finishing that sentence.
Primarily, you're not fucking mine up.
So Miranda admits in the podcast that she needs a solid sleep schedule to function. While Raven's sleep style is, well, chaotic. She sleeps in random positions and has even ended up with her butt in Miranda's face. She basically sleeps like a toddler.
Yeah.
No shade, Raven. I love you. Instead of constantly messing with each other's rest, they now have their own rooms to decorate how they want to sleep in peace and still stay connected. When they want to be together, they just text each other and they meet up. And according to Raven, the distance has actually increased the desire in their relationship, which I think she's talking about sex, honestly, but who knows? At first, Miranda feared Raven suggesting separate rooms meant their marriage was in trouble, but now she sees it as one of the healthiest choices they could have made. She also admitted that societal pressure and traditional expectations made her think that separate beds were a red flag, especially in marriage, but now she's fully on board. Like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of lesbians on social media feel like the real reason Raven and her wife don't sleep together is because they actually don't like one another, and I think it's because they don't like Miranda. But what do
I hate
you
social
guys
media.
think?
Crazy.
Would you sleep in a separate room from your partner if it meant better sleep and more peace, or is it just the first step into lesbian deathbed?
That's a very good topic.
I'll say this. So like it's crazy because my wife's parents have been married for like over 60 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they sleep in separate bedrooms. And when I seen that, it like instilled a fear in me. Like I wouldn't want to get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with that, like just instantly. But then when I stood at their house and his room was right down the hallway and the way that man snored, I wouldn't have slept with him neither. All right. So then like I do think like when you just say it, it sounds crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
But
but
in theory,
there might
practice,
be reasons. And like if literally if you can't sleep, what the fuck is sleeping next to somebody? You know what I mean? Like it sounds all good, but sometimes, especially like me and my wife been together for a minute, like it's not like every night we're cuddling. Like sometimes we're turning our backs, and it's not like we're turning our backs on each other. It's like I sleep better this way,
right?
You know what I mean? But you could be like, damn, we sleep back to back sometimes. We got a king size bed, we're all the way on the other end, but then really it's like that's just comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, I still am a little fearful of sleeping in two different rooms.
Yeah. Britt, what are your
the,
thoughts?
The monster gonna get you under the bed. Me personally, I don't think I would do that, but I do understand how if Raven is a super, because I did see the clip where she said, you know, her ass was literally in her face one time. I do feel like if they have legit reasons why sleeping separate makes sense for them, then I'm here for it. And then I also understand that, you know, this, like we were speaking about earlier on maturity, like these ladies are like almost 40 years old. And I actually seen an older woman she was calling herself a bull dagger, and she was like, they live in separate houses. You know what I'm saying? People live in separate homes that are married. What's the actress name that's on Abbott? Sharon,
Cheryl, yeah, her and her
husband
has
a husband, and they live in separate houses. Now that sounds wild to me.
Now the bull,
if that works for them, huh?
All I know of her as her as the bull dagger. I don't know what her name is.
I was like, I just keep saying this.
Yeah, but even her explanation was whack. So I'm gonna just say that, like, if she kicked me out, I don't got nowhere to go. Hold up, if you're married, why are we considering if you kick me out?
Yeah, you know, some people be married, but like they don't really like each other. Like it depends on where people are at with it. But I could tell like Raven and Miranda, they're really in love. And then with the lust thing, you know, like she was like, I'll text you, like, come get this ass. Like, ooh, that is kind of kinky though. Like, come get this, come to my room, come like a thief in the night, you know. So if it works for them, go for it. You know, I actually tried to prank Brandy the other day, and I texted her, I was like, we should sleep in separate bedrooms. And she was like, why? I was like, I just think it's the best thing. She's like, why?
Just tell me why. I need
like,
legitimate.
I can't what you're saying.
It's so different. What you think, Betty Galore?
I wanted to live in my girlfriend's skin at all times. Like sometimes I just come to where she is and just sit there and be like, "What's up?" Like she's used to that we in this apartment we do have separate rooms. Like I have my own space and then she has her own space, and I think that makes sense. Like, but I would always want to end up in the same bed with her at the end of the night. Though I feel like people who come to peace with it, I think that's fine. Like if that's what works for your relationship, then that's what works for your relationship. Some people are really bad sleepers and it can be very distracting. So if you need to get rest and you want to sleep in separate bedrooms, then it's like actually way more normal than we think it is. A lot of people have separate bedrooms from their partners and spouses.
Yes, and I also want to add, like, kind of what you were saying is that when me and my wife bought this house, we finally had more bedrooms. Where when we was living in an apartment, we didn't have that option. But one thing I highly suggest is, yes, y'all having your own room,
exactly.
but maybe not a bedroom, not like this is my
space
office
for your own.
Yeah.
And
I mean, Raven, I'm sure they have plenty where she was talking about decorating. I'm sure y'all have plenty rooms y'all could choose to decorate different. Because if you see my room, and my wife's room is totally pink, and I do agree.
Now,
like,
no, we our decoration needs to be cohesive.
Look, oh my god,
damn, Mama can't have a pink room.
She decorated her bathroom however she wanted to. I wasn't allowed to have any opinion about it, but everything else we had to agree on that.
Are you strict?
Everything's black and white in this crib, and that's how it should be.
Oh my god,
that's how it should be.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I do think, as maybe not sleeping apart, but like you need your own space, and
you need your own space
somewhere in your house. You can go and be like, "This is mine." I don't even want to be bothered right now.
Yeah,
I know you want to be in your wife, your girlfriend's skin. But for us, you know, look, she looking at me like, say something slick. Nah, I'll just say, like, I do think having space is great, because sometimes we do tend to be up under our person all the time, where it's cool to like miss them a little bit. I get that.
And people are annoying. Like, as much as you love somebody, like your partner can be annoying sometimes and you need a break. Like, that's also okay. So like if you can go into your office or go into the room, or I go into my office and you're in the living room, like that's also fine. And people need to be okay with like not being up under each other 24/7, because that's how a relationship becomes overwhelming.
Facts.
I
agree.
Shout out to them, because they've been causing an uproar on the internet. They done talked about the handler. They talking about they sleep in separate bedrooms. I love their podcast though. Shout out to Raven. Like I said, she pulled up on us. She definitely was cool as fuck. I was like, yo, I was starstruck. Like, I'm standing right next to Raven Symoné. Like, that's because she just such an icon. I think we forget her catalog and how long it runs. In this industry, it's very hard to stay relevant. You get what I'm saying? And she just kept pivoting, even just going from Disney to going to talk show host. Like, she just kept it going. You know what I mean? And she started at such a young age. So like, I've watched her on my TVs for so long. So to see her, because we see people all the time in Atlanta, of course, but like Raven Symoné is an A-list celebrity. You get what I'm saying? And she's in a nightclub in Atlanta. We playing Sexy Red. I'm looking for the hoes.
All right,
vibing. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, Raven Symoné here vibing.
Yeah, nah, I agree. And she's kind of still like, although she has her podcast and stuff, she's still like, I think since she came from that era, she's still a little mysterious in a sense. Like, she's not one of those that addresses everything.
Right.
Well, other than she's starting to, you know what I mean? But like, still, you just grew up with her. Where now people we see, like, we feel like we see them every day because
100%, because
they're on social media.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree, man. For real, I think this whole thing comes down to maturity and just being okay with how you feel in general, and learning yourself. And everybody's different. There's no rules to this. Like, there just isn't. And we be thinking like there's rules to life or how you should be in a relationship. And it's just really communication and having agreeing on that stuff with your partner. For real.
Yep. You're right.
People be looking at situations like what they would do in the situation, and we just gotta quit looking at it like that. Like, everybody has different preferences, and it's perfectly fine no matter how abnormal it seems to us.
Cause if I was asleep and my wife's ass was on my face every day, bro, I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be in that bed.
Hey, come on, like
I didn't think that's what y'all were about to say. I thought y'all were gonna be like,
What if she
"That's my
farted too on
dream."
top of that? Like, hold on, bro. Ain't you farted? I'm out of here.
no,
Yeah.
I'm really thinking about at my age, I need my sleep.
Yeah.
And as much as it sounds crazy, having your own room or whatever, like people do think about like you'll get up and go to the couch and go to sleep on the couch, but now that you have your own room, it sounds
It's
crazy.
weird.
But yeah.
I mean, back in the day, they used to sleep in separate beds in the same room.
All
'cause
right, don't nobody
they
want to
didn't-
hear that. Don't nobody
Oh,
want to hear
Separate bed, same room.
It's
back
crazy.
in the day, yeah.
Twin, where have you been on the twin size bed?
Right, that's
I'm
in
good.
like I think like the 40s and the 50s, they used to sleep in separate beds in the same room.
All right. I
Especially
don't know where
super
you're going
religious
with that.
couples, they don't share the same bed
That's
still.
because they ain't like each other. They was organized. I mean,
Okay.
arranged and shit. I said organized. They was arranged. They ain't like that. I'm sleeping in twin bed too. I barely know you. I just that my papa made me marry you.
My papa.
Why have we never had a Love at First Sight lesbian edition? That would be great TV.
I think that would be nice.
That would be great TV.
Maybe we'll work on that next.
I think labels and stuff get too hard for shows to really
Oh yeah, to be able to do
because
it.
femmes might like femmes, but femmes and studs, and it might get a little crazy. I don't know. It's probably just harder to organize, especially if you don't really understand the gay shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because straight people love trying to put together a queer little piece of production. Like y'all did not nail it. Yeah, I got it actually all the way wrong.
Nah. But I do want to talk about something really quick, all right, because we didn't
Talk
mention
to us about
earlier.
it.
Like, so y'all, this week, while you're watching this, it might be happening, all right? So
Yeah,
this week we are actually in Miami, all right? And I just want to run this commercial because if you are in Miami, I want y'all to pull up on us for Magic City, Miami. Let's get into this commercial. What's up, Gabies? We are taking over Miami in May, and we want y'all to party with us.
That's right. Get ready for one of the biggest black prides in the country, Magic City Miami Fest.
Listen, we have an open bar yacht party full of ladies from all over the world.
I'm talking about this is something you do not want to miss, so book your flight now. Get your tickets now before the prices go up.
So make sure to meet us in Miami May 15th to the 18th.
Hey, it's the class of 2025, y'all. What a time to be alive. We going to Miami to celebrate Pride, baby.
And don't forget, we got the legendary Wet Her Day party and so much more.
Get your tickets today, MagicCityMiami.net.
Let's go!
Hey!
So y'all heard that music? That's vacation music, baby.
Hello, little thong sandal, little beach shirt on.
Can I just say I went to Miami before I knew you guys 2 years ago, and me and my friends had a time. You hear me? We had a time. So if y'all haven't got your tickets, y'all better get y'all tickets now.
Hello, and you got an event coming up too.
Yeah.
Hey, why are we talking about pride parties? Because if y'all didn't know, your girl BADDIE GALORE throws lesbian parties here in DC, okay? So this Memorial Day weekend, Unleash DC is bringing you 4 days of pure euphoric energy as we take over DC Black Pride and World Pride 2025, May 22nd to May 25th. Unleash DC, which is powered by MIM Entertainment, Onyx Entertainment, and the Frequency Class, which I'm a part of, is throwing 5 events over 4 days. Expect the blackest queer DJs and hosts, the hottest DC venues, thousands of Black queer women and they and thems, and nonstop vibes. Step into utopia and celebrate a space made just for us. This is an official World Pride 2025 event. If y'all didn't know, World Pride is in DC literally the week after DC Black Pride, so it just runs into one another. And you can get your all access passes now on www.onleash.com before they sell out. So basically, y'all, if y'all want to party, y'all go to Miami first, and then y'all come to DC, and then y'all stay in DC for World Pride. And then you go to Atlanta later to wrap it up.
Girl, I'm not gonna lie. Between that wrap up, we're doing about 6-7 other prides, and we will matter of fact, make sure you follow us. Y'all just follow. If y'all want to come to other pride events, let me get I don't know if our Boss Brit DJ eXeL's up there. Make sure you follow us at Boss Brit X DJ eXeL to see everywhere we're at. Brit, can you just run down some of the cities that we're in? I'm kind of like don't know where I'm at.
We outside, so we're gonna be at Kansas City Pride
Kansas City
I
Pride.
know,
that's
right?
right. Okay.
Yeah, so we coming there for the very first time. We'll be there on June 7th. And then on June 28th, we're gonna be in Denver doing Denver Pride.
Okay.
We're also gonna be in Oakland August 23rd. And then of course we got Atlanta Black Pride. We'll keep y'all updated on that. Y'all already know what's up when it's Atlanta Black Pride Labor Day weekend. So and
Can
you need
I
to come back down to Atlanta as well.
let me tell y'all, the after hour spots was my favorite part of the
That's
night.
when
We
everybody be the
literally
most
were
lit.
rolling in at 6:00 in the morning, flights
Yep.
at 8. It was a
Yep.
wild time.
That's how it
It was
should
a
be.
wild time. I might have to sneak back down. Just
Yeah, I
for
think you
one
need
The
to.
after hours is actually gonna be bigger and better this year. I'm gonna just throw
bigger
that
than
out
last
there.
year.
Yeah, everything gonna be bigger than
The
last year.
after hours was lit. We literally had a ball. We were popping so many bottles. It was
Yeah.
insane. It was. I
Yeah.
didn't like. This is how. I mean, DC parties, but the way we partied for Pride in Atlanta, I was like, "Whoo, child."
Ain't
Okay.
nothing like
Party
Atlanta.
don't
Yeah,
stop
I
till
can
8
get it
in
right
the
next time.
morning.
We had a ball. We had a ball.
Yeah,
That's what's
for
up.
sure. Well, we covered a lot of stuff. Of course, this made me stressed again.
Yeah.
But I love the news. And I love the topics, and it really helps show like people just got different perspectives.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I'm saying?
preferences. I think everything comes down to preferences and people be able to respect their own preferences and other people's preferences.
And
Facts.
keeping it 100 with people, even when the truth ain't nice.
Yeah, well, I want to say y'all already know to watch the No Homo show as well. To subscribe to our Patreon, just go to patreon.com/the No Homo show to watch our full episodes, and y'all going to catch the queer agenda every week.
Yes. Go run up our Instagram too, y'all. Follow us. We are the Queer Agenda. We already got views. We got followers on there. We ain't even got no content on there yet. So y'all
But
already
DM us if y'all want to come to our close friends. You have to DM us. We're not just going to put you in there.
the DM.
DM us, and we'll put you in there, and we'll have even more tea in the
We
close
spilling the tea in the DMs. It's
Yes.
gonna be messy.
And
Look,
send us
y'all
tea,
are
too.
hype. Y'all like, yeah, we messy.
Yeah, send us some tea too, y'all. Send us them receipts. I know y'all be having that too. Go ahead and send that to us as well. Thank you.
And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.